Well, following the breaking news of the detention of an 18-year-old connected with plotting a terror attack inspired by the Southport attack at Oasis's first gig in Cardiff, also at a local dance club, we have a statement from Cardiff Counter-Terrorism Police. This is Detective Superintendent Andrew Williams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming today. My name is Andrew Williams. I'm a Detective Superintendent with Counter-Terrorism Policing in Wales, and I have a brief statement to make to you in light of the events in court today. McKenzie Morgan is undoubtedly a dangerous young man, and it is entirely appropriate he will now spend time in custody, where I sincerely hope he will be rehabilitated and go on to lead a productive life. Nevertheless, this complex and deeply troubling case represents a tragic and cautionary tale. McKenzie was not born bad. He didn't come into the world wanting to be a terrorist or aspiring to one day kill people, let alone children. As a teenager himself, when he committed the offence, he was inherently vulnerable to the malign influences that prey on our young people today, online, on the internet. The fact that he was heavily influenced by the perpetrator of one of the most horrific attacks this country has seen in recent times is a terrifying indictment of the abhorrent commentary, hateful opinion and violent images that too many of our young people are exposed to on a daily basis via the myriad of online sites, chat forums and gaming and social media platforms. That is the reality of what we are seeing in our casework time and time again. This can no longer be described as an emerging trend. It is routine now for counter-terrorism policing to investigate young people for very serious offending involving a clear online footprint. Now, I recognise there's a valid debate about legislation and the balance that must achieve. And we continue to call on big tech to play a much bigger role in this. The parents and carers also have a role to play. We must accept that our children are freely and regularly exposed to significant risk online. Look, as a father myself, I know firsthand that parents are under a lot of pressure, and monitoring what our kids do online is far from straightforward. But this isn't about censorship, this isn't about privacy, or the modern day equivalent of reading their diary. Diaries were not gateways for predators to exploit. It is purely about us keeping our children safe from significant harm. I really didn't become a police officer to put teenagers in prison. It's not something I want to be doing. But if our kids can access dangerous, highly addictive and influential content, there is a very clear risk that it will destroy their young lives before they've really begun. Whilst I am hugely grateful to my colleagues for stopping a potential attack on young innocent lives, there really are no winners here today. Just a real sense of sadness that highlights the need for us as a society to really grip this issue and finally stop our young people being exploited in this way. Thank you very much.